Let's take a look at Popplet. Popplet is a website, popplet.com, or you can also get it for an iPad or tablet through an app. Right now I'm logged into the free service. It gives me 10 Popplets per month. You can pay for more, then you can get unlimited. There are discounts for education purposes. Popplet is not a learner management system, but it is a really nice collaborative tool. Okay? It allows a bunch of people to edit something all at the same time, kind of like a Google Doc, and then you can export it as a PDF. So a Popplet, what it is, essentially is like a mind map. So here I show you, make new Popplet, test, I'm going to pick orange, make it so. All right, so now I have my screen. So anywhere on here I can double click, make a little thing called a Popplet, Popplet 1. Okay, and from that, one of the nicer things I can do is I can change it, move it around. I can add text, change the color, and then draw in it, which is really good, or add a variety of resources, images or videos from my computer, and then you can hook it up to connect with YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, a bunch of different social networking sites, so you can add that right there. Okay, so once you have one, say I went there, and then I want to attach one this way. Okay, now I have another one, and then one over this way. Boom. Okay, so the potential is really great to have this big collaborative crowdsourced mind map. You can use it to bring in prior knowledge, to predict something, to recap something, to show the process of something. There's a lot of cool ways that you can work with this. Once I got this started, then it's really easy to go share with somebody. Just click this, and you can add a collaborator, so that way a group or a whole class can work on this. Okay. As far as effective association, medium to low level of emotional connection, they do get to work together to create something. So I think that element of it will help, but there's not really any opportunities for web chat, text message sending, anything like that. So it's mostly just going to be kind of like a Google Doc happen. They're going to work together on something at one time. Community cohesion, this is a group activity. You can make it a group of a couple students, or you can make it a whole class. I've done stuff like this on the whiteboard where groups have to look up certain things, and then it forms this mind map at the end. Interaction intensity, this is a very interactive site for the students. That way they can come in here, and mess around with it and create their own thing. Right. It's also not just these, but then all the images and videos and multimedia elements that you put inside of it too. This is also a great chance for students to bring their own knowledge and experience. This is a great way to brainstorm, to activate prior knowledge, to summarize something at the end. The way that we can shape these is this endless. So depending on how you do it, it could represent different parts of something, and then each person can be an expert. There's a lot of potential here. And instructor involvement, you can see that each of these ones that I made has my name on it. If I had a collaborator named John, each time John would make one, it would say his name. So as the instructor, I get to see what everybody brings to the table. I can observe and manage and help facilitate, but I can also add. I can add to something if I wanted to be in a group with some students, or I could just make one of these as a review or an intro. There's a bunch of different options there. Of the things that Rice talks about, some of the things that this doesn't have, it doesn't really help with problem solving unless the problem is to see how much information we can find about something and then put it all together. Product development, you make the product of this, but it's not really an authentic assessment per se. Quest-based, not exactly role-based, and gaming, I don't think it really focuses on any of those. But it does offer a lot of great things, such as shared resources. This is an excellent tool if you want to collect a bunch of resources. I could have, the first Popplet could just be like TV production 1, and then with each Popplet, it could be one element of TV, like editing or audio, and then students can come in and add Popplets connected to it with resources that they find. So it's great for sharing resources. It's great for brainstorming. It's great for brainstorming. We can bring together a bunch of different ideas. You can start to organize them and so on. It's also really good for reflecting and seeing others' thoughts. Since everything has your name on it that you post, you'd be able to see what everybody does and what they think. Writing for the web, depending on how much you write in here, it could be good for writing for the web. Just depends on how much you want to put. Pair share, this could be really good. You could pair up your students, and each pair has to provide X number of Popplets to the overall class discussion. This could also be an assessment at the end of a lesson or a unit, organizing their thoughts and bringing together different resources. There's a lot of potential there. And then presentations. I think it would be a decent presentation. I don't think it's quite as good as Prezi, and it's not really made for that. It's more of a mind map more so than a presentation tool, but potentially for that. So overall, I think this is a pretty good tool for my classes, especially my English class. Recently, we started reading The Crucible, and at the beginning, to kind of give them a little bit of context about the Salem witch trial specifically, each table was responsible for finding certain pieces of information, and then we put it up on the board as a big mind map to kind of give a little bit of context. This would be really good for that because they could do it from home. It doesn't have to be synchronous, and they could kind of do it at their own time. I also do something with the transcendentalists where I don't tell them the characteristics. I just give them a variety of texts, and then based off the clues in the text, they have to take notes and then try to figure out like who are the transcendentalists. This would also be a great way for them to organize that as well. So hopefully this helps introduce you to Popplet, and thank you very much.